Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nur Arni Safia. So today I would like to introduce the topic of our study, which is how university students perceive and prepare for a job market that's being reshaped by artificial intelligence or AI. As AI transforms industries, the demand for certain skills is rapidly shifting. Traditional roles are evolving and new ones are emerging that require data, decision making, and digital dexterity. This raises an important questions. Are university students truly ready, which is both in their perceptions and their skills, to navigate this changing landscape? Universities now face the challenge of preparing graduates with not just foundational knowledge, but also critical skills like adaptability, critical thinking, and digital literacy. However, research shows there's often a gap between the pace of technological changes and graduates' readiness to meet this demand. This gap could threaten students' employability in increasingly automated work environment. Our study tackles this challenge by exploring how perceived AI adoptions, how students interpret AI influence industry, and skills preparedness towards their confidence in their own abilities and shape their perception of future job market dynamics. We are particularly interested in how these factors influence students' confidence, optimism, and readiness for future roles. While AI impact on industries and policy has been widely discussed, there is limited empirical research on how students themselves process these changes. By examining this, we hope to provide valuable insight for educators and policymakers, especially in this post-pandemic era of rapid digital transformation, so that they can design curricular and career support that truly equip graduates to thrive.
Now we talk about literature review. First, perceived AI adoption. AI is transforming the global economy. Its adoption across sectors like finance, healthcare, and logistics is reshaping job roles and expectations. Factors such as perceived usefulness, ease of use, social influence, and prior experience encourage AI adoption, while security concerns and perceived risks hinder it. Awareness of AI varies across industry. It is highly adopted in healthcare and finance, but slower in agriculture due to cost and skill barriers. These changes are prompting educational institutions to rethink how they prepare students for an AI-driven job market. Next, perceived skill preparedness. With AI reshaping work environments, skill preparedness has become increasingly important. Many organizations face talent shortage and limited upskilling, while younger generations show more confidence and knowledge in AI. To meet evolving industry needs, universities are integrating digital skills and work-based learning (WPL) into their curriculum. Training in programming, machine learning, and related skills, combined with practical experience, enhance students' readiness and confidence. This ensures graduates are better equipped to adapt to future job market demands driven by digital transformation.
Let's now talk about the perceived job market dynamics and why they matter. This concept revolves around how individuals view their chances of keeping their current job or quickly finding a similar one if they lost it. This highlights two key dimensions: job stability and labor market mobility. Both of these significantly affect how secure people feel about their economic future. These perceptions are not formed in vacuum. They are shaped by the policy environment and labor market condition of a country. For example, in some places, strong employment protection law give people confidence about job retention, while in others, it is the belief in abundant job opportunities that drive a sense of security. These studies emphasize that we need to consider both aspects, stability and mobility, when evaluating how different institutional contexts influence workers' outlook on the future labor market. This understanding aligns with earlier research that explored employee feelings of job security and the broader idea of employability and labor market fluidity. In our study, we also connect these dynamics to perceived changes in job availability, perceived need for future-proof skills, and optimism or pessimism toward future careers to build a comprehensive picture of how students feel about the future of work. Next, I will be discussing perceived job market dynamics, specifically how our perceptions influence career decision, especially in the age of AI. Perceived job availability isn't just about the number of openings, it is about how easily people believe they can find another job. These perceptions affect whether someone feels secure or stuck in their current role. It is shaped by confidence in one skill and by broader trends like economic shift and technological changes. People who see fewer opportunities often prioritize job security, while those perceive more options tend to be more open to change. This is especially relevant now as AI automation reshape industries, for example, accounting. AI is automating routine tasks and even replacing some roles. To stay competitive, professionals need to be embrace lifelong learning and adapt. But adapting isn't always easy, especially for experienced workers. That's why educational institutions play a key role in preparing future professionals for AI-driven market. Technologies like AI and blockchain and big data are not just changing how we work, they are redefining what jobs exist. While they boost efficiency, they also raise concerns about long-term security. In summary, perceived job market dynamic influence how people make career decisions, especially as AI transform industry. It is not just about job availability, but how confident individual feels about finding new opportunities. Those who see fewer options often prioritize security, while others pursue change. As technologies like AI and automation reshape roles, such as in accounting, adaptability and lifelong learning become more essential. Educational institutions play a key role in preparing people for this shift, as staying relevant means being ready to evolve with the job market. Other than that, I would like to discuss the perceived need for future-proof skills in the age of AI. As artificial intelligence reshapes the workplace, both individual and organization recognize that proactive adaptation is essential. AI doesn't just enhance efficiency, it also raises understandable fears about job security. This makes adaptability and continuous learning more important than ever. Generative AI in particular is transforming job roles, requiring workers to reskill regularly to maintain productivity and competitiveness. At the same time, broader policies are needed to support workers through these transitions and ensure financial securities as AI accelerates. It is important to note that AI is changing not just the number of jobs, but the nature of work itself. This means that educational system must become more flexible and businesses need to invest seriously in upskilling and reskilling to stay competitive. From the tech industry's perspective, experts agree that adaptability and lifelong learning are now essential for career survival. Future-proof skills are no longer a nice to have, but they are must-have. Overall, this shift is shaping how companies hire, how government design policies, and how workers prepare for the future of work. Lastly, I will be talking about how optimism and pessimism shape how people perceive their future career in the age of AI and how this influences broader job market dynamics. First, optimistic individuals tend to see AI as opportunity for growth. They show greater adaptability, trust in technology, and willingness to upskills. This proactive mindset helps them to navigate changes in the labor market more smoothly and encourage career planning that align with technological advances. On the other hand, pessimistic individuals often view AI as a threat to their job security. This can create fear and anxiety, which leads to resistance and reluctance to learn new skills. Over time, this hesitation can widen the gap between those who are prepared for AI-driven changes and those who are not, impacting the workforce as a whole. In short, The way we emotionally respond to AI, whether with optimism or pessimism, not only shape our own career path, but also influence the future workforce and job market dynamics.
Hi, my name is Nur Anissa Sofia and I will talk about research method. This study adopts a quantitative research approach to provide an objective and structured framework for examining how Malaysian university students perceive the impact of AI on their future careers. Data was collected from 150 students across various universities using a structured question distributed through WhatsApp, Instagram, and Telegram via Google Forms. This question includes 9 sections covering demographics, AI awareness, adaptability, current skills, and career outlook. These comprehensive structures allow for a broad assessment of students' readiness for an AI-driven job market. To ensure ethical compliance, participants were informed about the purpose of the study and gave informed consent before participating. The responses were initially summarized in Google Sheets, then exported to SPSS for more in-depth statistical analysis, including descriptive and inferential methods. This methodology supports both reliability and depth, providing valuable insight for educators, policymakers, and career advisors on how students are preparing for an AI-influenced future.
Hi and good day everyone. So today I'll be sharing the key findings from our study, which is the results part on how the university students perceive the future job market in light of AI adoption and their own skill preparedness. So, in conjunction with this, we have surveyed 151 university students across Malaysia, with the majority from University Science Malaysia (USM) and most pursuing bachelor's degrees. The dominant age group was from 21 years old to 30 years old, and female students made up about 65% of our sample. We also ran 3 regression analyses to understand how 4 main factors, which is the AI awareness, perception of future AI applications, confidence in adaptability, and academic training, could affect students' views on job availability, necessary skills, and also AI-related career prospects. So in the first model, we found that students who believed the AI would play a significant role in the future saw more job opportunities emerging. Academic training and confidence in adaptability also boosted perceptions of job availability. The second model then focused on AI-related skills. Interestingly, perceived academic training was the strongest predictor, showing that students who felt well-trained were more confident in their AI-related skills, of course. However, we have noted that those with high self-confidence sometimes underestimated the up-needed skill. Lastly, in the third model, regarding career prospects in an AI-driven future, academic training again stood out as the most influential factor, followed by belief in AI's future and personal adaptability. So to conclude, our study shows that while awareness and belief in AI's potential matter, students' perception of their academic training is the most consistent and powerful factor that will shape their outlook on jobs, skills, and careers in the AI era. Hi everyone, okay now let's move on to the discussion part where I will be explaining about the students' perceptions on AI and their very own skill preparedness. So we will be diving into how Malaysian university students perceive the rise of artificial intelligence, especially when it comes to their future careers. So our findings have shown that students are largely aware of AI's growing influence, particularly in industries like healthcare, finance, and logistics. So this matches the global forecasters predicting AI's massive contribution to the economy. However, that awareness isn't equal across the board. Students with hands-on exposure through internships or AI-integrated coursework show a much deeper understanding of AI's real-world impact. So this means that those without such exposure often feel less informed, which supports earlier research showing that experience significantly shapes attitudes toward AI adoption. So when it comes to skill preparedness, most students are comfortable with only basic digital tools, but many are lacking in confidence in essentials of skills like adaptability and critical thinking, which is skills that are absolutely necessary in an AI-driven job market. This gap mirrors broader findings where few individuals are actively upskilling despite recognizing the need. So to conclude, there's growing awareness of AI, but students somehow still feel unprepared in terms of the skills. Okay, now, in the second part of the discussion, we have taken a closer look at how demographics has influenced students' confidence and also AI preparedness. So our study has found that students in STEM fields, which is science, technology, engineering and math fields, and those in their later years of university has reported higher confidence and skill preparedness when it comes to AI. On the other hand, students from liberal arts disciplines expressed more uncertainty and lower adaptability to AI adoption. Other than that, gender differences were also apparent, where male students reported higher confidence in AI-related skills compared to their female students. This reflects larger systemic issues like unequal access to digital learning and also mentorship. So, what does all this information actually means? Essentially, students' perceptions of the AI-influenced job market are shaped by both their personal experiences and also how supported they feel by their academic environments. Despite of the rising awareness, many still feel unprepared, both emotionally and also practically, for the future of their very own work. So what is the key takeaway for this? So, universities, industries and policymakers need to collaborate closely. With the right amount of support, we can equip students not to just survive, but to thrive in an AI-integrated job market.
In conclusion, the study highlights that university students' perceptions of the future job market are strongly influenced by their awareness of AI adoption and their perceived preparedness of skills. Students who recognize the growing role of AI and feel equipped with relevant adaptable skills tend to view future job changes with optimism rather than fear. This highlights the need for academic institutions to align curricula with evolving industry demands by incorporating technical literacy and adaptable learning. By doing so, university can boost student confidence and readiness, helping them approach workforce changes proactively and positively.